Hi, my name is John Gooden. I'm the co-chair of the Delaware Manufacturing Association. It's my pleasure today to introduce Carolyn Lee, who is the Executive Director of the Manufacturing Institute. In her role, Ms. Lee leads the Institute in its goal of supporting the manufacturing workforce of today and growing the manufacturing workforce of tomorrow. Thank you for being with us today, and I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, John, for that introduction. And thank you to Michael and the whole team at the Delaware State Chamber for the invitation to join you all today. And thank you also to our friends at the Delaware Manufacturing Association, as well as the Delaware Manufacturing Extension Partnership. It's great to be with so many wonderful business leaders, and whether you're in manufacturing, retail, tech, the service sector, or any other sector, this country is grateful for your leadership and perseverance throughout this pandemic. After a long and challenging year, better times are coming. And that is truly thanks to the vaccines being pioneered by pharmaceutical manufacturers. And if you're like me, you are feeling more optimistic each and every day. But my focus today is on manufacturing jobs. Most of us know that creating jobs is only half the story. The other half of the story is filling them. And that's where my organization, the Manufacturing Institute, comes in, helping manufacturers across this country find, inspire, and foster the talent they need. And it's a big challenge, bigger in fact than most people realize. And so let me give you a stat that usually gets everyone's attention. And you can write this one down for the next time someone tells you that there aren't any jobs in manufacturing in this country. A couple of years ago, the Institute released its fourth skills gap study with Deloitte, and that found that over the next decade, manufacturers would need to fill 4.6 million jobs. But here's the real shocker. 2.4 million of those jobs would go unfilled by 2028 if we don't get more people with the skills and excited for these careers to join us. And that would mean about 2.5 trillion in lost manufacturing GDP. In the National Association of Manufacturers' most recent Outlook survey for Q1 of this year, nearly 88% of manufacturers reported a positive outlook for their companies, compared with just 33% who felt that way during Q2 last year. But in the same survey, 2/3 of manufacturers said that their inability to attract and retain talent was a top concern. And in fact, that's been the top concern for 11 of the last 13 quarters. So it's a big challenge, and thankfully, manufacturers like big challenges. So there are two main ways that we tackle this. First, we expand programs and partnerships that train and upskill workers for these jobs. And second, we change perceptions about what modern manufacturing really is. So let's start with the training and education. And first, let me begin by thanking Governor Carney for his emphasis on finding funds for programs to retrain workers. It's needed more now than ever. We need state and federal action. We need creative partnerships between government, schools, and industry. We need incentives for those manufacturers who invest in on-the-job training. At the federal level, for example, we supported the National Apprenticeship Act of 2021, which passed the House about 3 weeks ago. That would improve the registration and approval process for the registered apprenticeship system. Registered apprenticeship programs are an important type of apprenticeship, but they're just one kind. The Manufacturing Institute is committed to all kinds of proven earn and learn models, and our flagship program is the Federation for Advanced Manufacturing Education, or FAME. It's a national network originally founded by Toyota with nearly 400 companies operating in 16 states and about 36 chapters that partner with local community colleges to create global best multi-skilled industrial maintenance technicians, a job that everybody needs filled. And by the way, we would love to partner with some of you to help bring a chapter to Delaware. Now, we're incredibly proud of how FAME is helping build talent. A recent Brookings Institution and Opportunity America report profiled FAME students and found that they had median earnings of around $98,000 5 years after finishing their program. That's $45,000 more than the earnings of other career and technical education graduates from the same colleges who were not part of the FAME program. FAME is an earn and learn model where students are working on the shop floor 3 days a week and in the classroom the rest of the week. So it's win-win for the companies and students who graduate with an associate's degree and no college debt. This is why we think that this is the model for emerging workers. And by the way, these programs aren't just focused on technical skills. In fact, a big reason they succeed is that they foster soft skills. And I know this is a hot topic for many today. In fact, we talked to one student who had been in the University of Louisiana, who was pursuing an engineering degree and then enrolled in a FAME Advanced Manufacturing Technician program. He said FAME taught him about working with a team, communicating clearly, and dressing professionally, skills that the student said you don't learn in college. So let me say that again, skills you don't learn in college. Now, I said, wow, when I first heard that, because that's a statement, a strong statement, and it really shouldn't be a surprise when you think about the alignment of training that comes while you're earning, while you're learning. That application and the alignment of skills training with education to match what an employer needs today, what jobs are open, is actually a key priority for the Institute. And these soft skills are critical to help our students succeed. And we all know that. When I talk to employers all around the country, they say they want people who show up on time, who can communicate well, who can focus on the mission, and who is a professional in the workplace. And those are all key to the FAME model. Now, we can't lose sight of the need to give young people and those re-entering the workforce an understanding of how to work on a team, think critically, communicate well, and be valued partners on the job. And now one group that has these skills in spades is our veterans, our returning service members. And that's why we're focused on helping them find a path into manufacturing. For many, a path they don't even know exists. Another of the Institute's programs, our Heroes Make America program, got off the ground just a few years ago, helping hundreds of transitioning service members get manufacturing certifications, in-demand training, and offering them networking opportunities as well as connections into the manufacturing sector. And in most cases, we have them lined up with a job by the time they leave the service. And now again, you see a common theme here, collaboration between government, schools, our education partners, and industry. But it just isn't an issue of training alone. It's also perception. Too many people think manufacturing just isn't for them. But manufacturing offers above average pay and good benefits, meaningful work, $88,000 annually in pay and benefits on average, in fact. But too many people don't see the reality of modern manufacturing. And as we all know, those of us in the sector, the factory of the future is here today. I've seen robots that you can control with a smartphone from across the country operating on a shop floor. Augmented reality technology, virtual reality training, and 3D printing are routine. And 5G, which is coming, is going to unleash a wave that is of even more connected devices. I think back actually to what one veteran named Zach Willis told us after finishing the Heroes Make America program that I just mentioned. He said, I always thought manufacturing was just a bunch of guys on an assembly line who put things together for 30 years and then retired. But then I got into this program and I saw how innovative it was. It's constantly seeking improvement. It's so different from the manufacturing of my father or my grandfather's generation. Say this again, innovative, constantly seeking improvement, so different. Those are Zach's words, and they are exactly the message we need to be carrying. And by the way, when Zach graduated from our Heroes program, he had already had 4 job offers in manufacturing. That's how incredible and desirable these veterans are, and why this program is such a game changer. So I come from a manufacturing family, and I understand what people like Zach are thinking. I saw what manufacturing looked like during my father and my grandfather's days, and wow, does it look different today. With that personal experience, I understand why only 27% of parents have a positive view of manufacturing careers. If that image of an assembly line is all that they can conjure in their minds about what these careers are. So how do we fix that? Well, we fix it by showing parents and students the reality of modern manufacturing, getting them excited about the technology and letting them know that there's a place for countless skill sets on the shop floor, from designers and coders to technicians and marketers and maintenance techs. To change hearts and minds, we must give people firsthand access to manufacturing plants, shop floors, and the places where things are made. And that's why events like Manufacturing Day are so important. Manufacturing Day is a nationwide event of plant tours, informational programming, and other activities that reach millions of students, teachers, and parents on the first Friday of October and then beyond. And I'd like to again thank Governor Carney for recognizing Manufacturing Day with an official proclamation last year. Acts like that highlight the importance of these efforts. There's so much important work to get done in reaching out to underrepresented groups in the manufacturing community, making sure that the message of this opportunity reaches everyone so that all those who may be interested in our careers can know that the opportunity exists for a family-supporting, middle-class way of life, thanks to modern manufacturing. This pandemic, as we all know, has been especially hard on women. Women and people of color were more likely to leave the workforce. We want them to know that manufacturers are hiring and we want diverse talent because a diverse workforce is a strong workforce. Women are around half the overall US labor force, but less than 1 in 3 manufacturing employees are women. In fact, if we can increase the number of women in manufacturing by 10%, just 10%, we can close the skills gap by 50%. It's pretty amazing. And that's why we launched the STEP Women's Initiative nearly a decade ago to showcase women in manufacturing. Changing perceptions requires finding role models so we can empower and amplify the voices of women who have already succeeded in the field to help attract the next generation into the field. So these women are examples for all of the women about how you can really have it all: challenging work, financial success, and personal fulfillment with a career in manufacturing. So if you work in manufacturing or support manufacturing, here's my question for you today. How can you help someone else see themselves in a manufacturing career? Who can you be an example for? What doors can you open? I've mentioned a lot of great programs today, and we're very proud of them. We'd love for you to be part of them, but change starts locally, and you can be that change. All of us know that our people are our most valuable asset. And when given a chance to rise to a challenge, they surpass expectations and blossom into leaders. Through this pandemic, manufacturing workers have acted heroically, innovating ways to keep their communities safe, changing production lines, persevering through unimaginable hardship. These people have helped save lives. They've kept us safe. They provided the things that gave us comfort through this crisis. And the next life-saving leader, the next innovator or creator may be somebody you already know who just needs an introduction to the industry that will give them space to reach their full potential. So finally, let me offer you an invitation, and that's to join the Manufacturing Institute and the National Association of Manufacturers on our Creators Wanted campaign. It's our nationwide workforce campaign. We're virtual right now, but we'll be hitting the road in person when it's safe, going all over the country with hands-on, interactive experiences showing people what modern manufacturing is all about. We're also driving a bold expansion of the programs I touched on today through the Manufacturing Institute. It's a unified industry effort unlike anything in recent history. So look us up at creatorswanted.org. And if you want to learn more about anything I said today, and I know I threw a lot at you, just go to themanufacturinginstitute.org. And now I'll leave you today with a look at Creators Wanted. Thank you so much.